Hi, this is Mr. Trevor from the Youth Services Department here at Mesa County Libraries, and today I'm going to show you how to make a collage owl. You do need some supplies. You need some paper and something to glue your paper onto. I'm lucky enough to have a machine that will cut the paper into an owl shape, but you don't necessarily need that. You can really make collage on anything that is made out of paper. So you could just use a sheet of paper, or you could try to cut your paper into a shape like this or any shape you want. If you can, use a little bit of a thicker kind of paper for the bottom. For what I'm going to use as my owl, it's a little bit thicker than the rest of the paper I'm going to glue on. I also have some random bits of assorted paper. And I got into my recycling bin this morning and found some paper that was going to just be recycled or just be trash. Because really, when you're making collage art, you can use just about anything. This is a piece of paper from a magazine. It's a watch ad. I don't really want to use the watch. I want to use this nice red paper. So you can use just about any kind of paper like that you want. You will also need some glue. I'm going to use a glue stick. This is easiest for me to use, and it's probably easiest for kids, but if you want to use a different kind of glue, you can do that. And you'll also want some scissors. And for the younger kids, if you're using scissors, have your grown-up help you out with those, or use some nice child safety scissors. All right, so we can get started. But before we get started, I want to let you know there are really no rules to this. You can cut your paper any way you want. You can use any kinds of colors and color combinations and different kinds of textures and shapes that you want, because we're making art, and in art there aren't any rules. I'm going to make a pretty abstract collage piece on this owl. And abstract means it doesn't look like anything else. If I was going to make art that wasn't abstract, I would make something that looked like something else, like maybe I would want to paint a scene of a tree. But when you make abstract art, it can just look just weird and colorful and neat textures and shapes, which is what I've done with my collage owl here. And here are some other examples. You don't have to cover up the entire owl or your entire piece of paper, or you can cover it up a lot, and this one has lots of layers. So the way I like to do it, I make collage art when I'm outside the library, when I'm at home making art. I like to just start cutting things up. And if you wanted to, you could cut really specifically. Think to yourself, okay, I'm going to make all triangles, or maybe squares, or maybe you wanted to make circles and make it look like your owl had polka dots all over. You could also just kind of cut willy-nilly and not worry about what specific shapes you were making. And just get yourself a pile of cut-out things. You could do it that way. We could put the pieces on top of each other and just cut like that. I kind of like to do it like this because I like the idea that I don't exactly know what I'm going to get. I like to be surprised by what my piece of art is going to look like. And I think that's a neat part of collage, that you might not know exactly what you're going to get. So when I start gluing, this is usually how I use my glue stick. I kind of run it across the top of the glue stick, and then I'll think, where would this look best on my owl? Maybe I'll start here, kind of giving the owl a nose. But you can also use your glue stick in a different way. You get a scrap piece of paper and put your paper down, and then put the glue on like that. And your scrap piece of paper that you're doing that with probably needs to be something that you don't mind if it gets really gluey and will probably need to be thrown away. And you can make lots of layers if you want. Again, there's no rules. It's just what you think will look best. Something else you might want to think about is, what is this collage owl or any collage piece going to be for? Is it just going to be for you to have for fun? To maybe put up on your wall, or maybe on your refrigerator, or maybe to write maybe a letter to someone or a message? You could make a collage on this side, and then on this side you could write a letter or a message to someone. Or are you making this for someone? And maybe if you're making it for someone as a gift, perhaps, you want to think about what kind of collage they would like. Like, if I was making this for my friend Jason, I could think, what colors does Jason like? I see him wear blue a lot and black, and I have blue and black here. So maybe I'll use lots of blue and black because maybe those are his favorite colors. I could ask him, but it might be kind of fun to surprise him. So I can think, how should I make this collage in a way that my friend Jason would like? I bet he likes superheroes. I've got this little bit of paper from a book that had Spider-Man in it. So I'm going to cut Spider-Man out and put him in there. It's kind of a funny thing, huh, that Spider-Man would be on an owl. Definitely not what an owl looks like in nature, in the real world, but in art, it can be that way. It can be kind of funny and strange and unusual, and that makes it more interesting. Here's something else that is neat about collage. I said that you needed paper and scissors and glue, but guess what? You really only have to have paper and glue, because you don't have to use scissors. You could just tear the paper with your hand. And the neat thing about when you just tear rather than cut with scissors is that the tear ends up with a neat edge, neat texture to the edge. Let me show you a better example. If I tear the magazine, I'll tear it again, you can see all of those neat textures and the edge. And this is where you really have to be okay with it not being exactly what you planned, because you can't plan exactly how something is going to tear. So if I wanted to add a little bit of red to this, I can tear off a little bit. Oh, that's funny. I wasn't even planning that, but it almost looks like he has a, a funny mouth and a tongue sticking out. Or maybe that's his tie. And that's how you make a collage owl art piece. And if you want to know more about collage art, you can check out books from the library. Here I have some books that are about collage art, like these two, and the rest of these are actually books that use collage art for the illustrations, like some very famous people like Bill Martin. He made Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, or no, I'm sorry, Lois Ehlert actually illustrated the book, and she cut out collage. Check this out. She actually cut pieces of paper to make the illustrations. So did, oh, it's the same illustrator in this book, Lois Ehlert. You can really tell there that those are pieces of paper. Isn't that neat? You can make a dog out of paper. And this one is Eric Carle, and I believe that he would paint on the paper first, and then he would cut it out. So you can see all this texture in here. That's because he painted on the paper, and then he cut it into the shape of a lion, for instance, or a mouse. So that's another thing that you can do with collage art, and it's all really fun. And that's the important thing, is that you have fun doing it. Definitely the most important thing. Well, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to stay tuned and check out all the other videos that we have on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.